Hey, what up guys? I'm gonna show you guys how to play some Zed today. So pretty much when you're playing Zed, what you want to do is start out with your Doran's Blade, your pots, and then you want to come up here to your mid lane and make sure that you taunt the enemy and you get all the CS, just like I'm doing right here. You taunt, you get some CS, you taunt, and then that's pretty much all there is to it to laning. Okay, so when you want to make things a little bit more interesting, what you want to do is check who the jungler is. If you know they're starting at blue, you know you want to invade them. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to invade. I'm going to check to see if the red, if he's getting his red now, because about this time, you look at your jungler. Look at that. My jungler, he's about to go to his blue. So now I'm going to his red because he should be here any minute now. You know, any minute now he should be here. But you know, and then when your Jax gets first blood and then dies, then you know that means your game's even. For those of you who don't know, you know, 1 kill, 1 death, it's pretty much even. And then what you really want to do is come back and get some CS, you know, because CS is all that matters for Zed. He doesn't need kills. CS is like really, that's it, you know, that's basic Zed right there. So then the Volibear, he didn't go to his red for some reason, but what he's doing is he's coming to try to get this Tryndamere and get that Scuttlebug. So what you do is you go down, you know, you throw a Q, you follow him, and then you want to ignite and then flash to make sure you can get the kill, just like that. Auto attack, you know, that ignite was very important, because if I didn't ignite him, he could have like healed, got a Lulu ult, and then a Kale ult, and then turned into Tryndamere, and then ulted after that. And you know, it's a good thing that I ignited him. And now that I know he's dead, you come over here, you take his red. You know, dead equals red. That's really all there is to it. You know, you play Zed, red, after dead, you're playing Zed. That's pretty much it. That's it. You know, you take the red. There you go. You take the red, and then you walk away. That's all. You know, you just W over this thing. You go back, you buy some stuff, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret about building Zed. You know, you get your brutalizer. You don't need shoes. Shoes are for quitters. Shoes just make your feet a little less sore, and that's pretty much it. You know, you don't need shoes. What you need to do is you gotta kill this Kassadin. You see how he's really low? So what you want to do is you W close to him, you ultimate him, and then he's dead. Pretty much. That's all there is to it. You know, you do a couple abilities. It's like easy as pie. I mean, when you got that brutalizer, pretty much there's nothing that can stop you. It's brutally a good item. And you know, you just keep getting CS, and then he comes back to lane, and I don't know why he is such low health, but what you do is you W, you attack him a little bit, you know, you miss your Qs because you don't have enough energy, but that's okay. That's how Zed works. You know, when you don't have energy, you just miss your Qs, and then you flash an auto attack, and that's really all there is to it. You know, it's super easy. I don't know why people say Zed's so hard to play. All you do is flash auto attack, you get kills. It's pretty much. And then here's another part. You know, this Volibear, he's a bear. He's like, I'm a bear. And you know, he's like, yeah, I can pretty much just farm under tower against you three, because you three can't do anything. And so that's what, you know, that's what you want him to think, because then you just go in there, auto attack a couple times, auto attack the turret, and then boom, you win the game, pretty much. And then the Kassadin, you know, he comes in, blah blah blah, and then you come back to lane, Kassadin's there again. He's like, huh, you can't kill me. You know, but you have a Blitzcrank. He comes in, you ult him before he dashes away, and then you go super far, you do your abilities, you walk away. Why? Because you want your Blitzcrank to get fed, and that's exactly what you do. You ult as soon as possible, because you don't want to get that kill. If a Blitzcrank gets fed, it's GG. You know, and the bear will come. Good thing this Blitzcrank's really smart. He pulls him into the tower, and then, you know, you pick up the kill, and then now you're even. You know, you feed Blitzcrank, Blitzcrank feeds you. That's pretty much all there is to say. Alright, now I'll show you the build. You always get Tiamat on Zed. Tiamat, I mean, it makes it so you can get lots of CS, you can get lots of dragons, you can get lots of Volibears. That's pretty much all there is to it. That's the best build, in my opinion. Actually, not in my opinion, just screw you. That's the best build. That's it. And then you gotta go in, take out the Volibear, and then you just ult away, and then you look really cool when you do it. I mean, there's nothing better than looking cool. And then you come down here, miss the Kassadin. But here's a perfect opportunity. See, he missed his flash on purpose so that you would think that he flashed over the wall and then you'd flash over. But, you know, then that's another opportunity for you to give Blitzcrank the kill. And then right there, this is called the almost quadra. See, I almost killed Kassadin. Then you come in, you kill the Jax. You want to make sure you kill that Jax. And then Lulu thinks you're going to attack the Volibear. No, I'm going to kill you, Lulu. And then you go, focus the Volibear, then you miss the Volibear 2. See, when you miss 2 of them, it gives them hope, and they're like, hey, maybe we do got this, but they really don't. And then you come back, and you finish your Phantom Dancer, okay? When you finish the Phantom Dancer on Zed, it's GG. Every pro gets Phantom Dancer. That's the way you want to play Zed. I'm telling you, every time, you'll win. You'll win. And then the next thing you want to get is lots of health. You get a Frozen Mallet. That's pretty much all you need. And then, you know, you come back to lane, they're fighting the Vayne, and once you have Phantom Dancer, Frozen Mallet, and not even the Ravenous Hydra, but you get the Titanic Hydra because you want lots of health as Zed, because basically every point of health you get means you do 1,000 damage. So that's how you play Zed. I hope you guys try this build out, because it worked for me.